is basically a group of online weirdos. You can call it a lineage if you want, that's fine. Understand, other people that are connected to your lineage are a group of online weirdos. They're like black 4chaners, black Reddit energy, a bunch of white nationalists and blackface. What I'm saying is, FBA people will make you think that Akata is some type of like deeply rooted anti-black slur that they grew up singing Negro spirituals about. As a record label, a crew, a clique, and a motherfucking crew. Everything that's ever been done by Tariq Nasheed is awful. Just because he's involved with it. I don't care if Tariq Nasheed saved 2 babies from a burning building. Like, I'm happy those babies are alive. But it would have been better if he sacrificed himself in the process. Okay? Tariq is King Grifter. I've talked about him a long time ago. I'm gonna have to come back to it now. Reparations, the way they have in mind, would be the biggest black capitalist boondoggle in the history of man. Like, it's certain things I'm not gonna call myself. And I'm not gonna call myself ADOS or FBA.
Yes, family, this is not AI. This is F.D. Signifier. He's I don't know, some black anime gamer nerd nigga, but he does make short documentaries about black culture, which are pretty on point. I like them. And that's kind of the issue. When you hear him talking about Tariq and FBA, and this nigga clearly knows what the issue is. And he's obviously got a problem with Tariq and FBA movement and delineation. It's obvious. But FD Signifier saying Tariq and the FBA crowd, we don't critique the government or the current policy, that's straight cap. Like, I don't know where the fuck he get that from. You can literally scroll through Tariq's page and see him covering political issues in real time. Like, every day as they happen, he's in the mix. Policy, government moves, and how it affects black Americans, that's on a daily basis. Now, if you go look at FD Signifier's page, good content? Sure. High production? Absolutely. Good shit. But current? Consistent with what's happening right now? Nah, that's not him. And that's the difference. Because when FD Signifier and guys like Cam James, they tend to do is they sit back and they grade other black creators after the fact. Like, they're not in the moment. They're not tracking it as it unfolds. They're not informing their audience in real time. They wait. Then when somebody like Tariq or somebody drops content, breaking things down as it's happening, you get one of these little nerd niggas like FD Signifier. They come in after the fact, not engaging with the full body of work or the entire argument. They don't exactly track the day-to-day political commentary. They just come in after the fact, critiquing based on clips or tweets or whatever floated across their timeline from their audience. That's them selectively engaging with the argument. And that's why his takes on FBA or ADOS, it ends up sounding off all the time. It sounds like some hater shit, like every single time. And he's an intelligent person, but it sounds off every time because he's off. He's off code. He clearly is off code. I mean, if you're not actually following the day-to-day political context that builds around this argument that we have with delineation and tethers, then your explanation is going to drift off into some other bullshit, which you're going to see in this video. So let's get into it. Let's hear what he's saying.
Was 2020.
Let's listen to that one more time.
2020 election.
Man, we don't need to be on no ADOS, man. We need to be Pan-African. That's what Pan-Africanism is. Us fight for everybody else to come over here and get some of the resources that we've helped accumulate for them, and then they turn around and say, okay, thank you, Wakata, and I'm about to go work with these white people.
Back then, Tariq was in line.
There's so much to unpack there. Fucking tragedy. Let's first stillman where some of this comes from and talk about that term, Akata. A term I literally, my entire life, I just told y'all I grew up around Nigerians. I have never heard that term my entire life, in real life. I've never heard that term my entire life. I am 43 years old. I grew up around Nigerians. I hung with Africans, dated the baddest Sierra Leonean chick at my school, at Clark. Never got hate from Africans in any form or fashion. I'm not saying it don't exist. What I'm saying is FBA people will make you think that Akata is some type of like deeply rooted anti-black slur that they grew up singing Negro spirituals about.
He talking about he never heard the word Akata. Nigga, so what? We are here pointing out a pattern of disrespect And we got you jumping on. We got a nigga named F.D. Signifier jumping on here talking about some, what? I ain't never seen it. Okay, nigga, and? We don't give a fuck about your little Clark stories and what little musty tether let you smash. I'm pretty sure you was simping anyway, nigga. You probably paid for it. I don't care about Nigerians knowing you when you grew up. I knew a bunch of Nigerians. They ain't never said a cut around me, nigga. So what? What that got to do with them saying it now? What that got to do with right now? He's trying to make it like FBA. Y'all just crying about the word Akata, man. They ain't do that big a deal. We're not crying about the word Akata. That's not the point. The word Akata is not the point. It's what the word represents. It represents contempt. It represents anti-Black American attitudes that we're seeing show up in politics. It's a symptom of a bigger issue. And I know he knows that. He knows better. But you see, it's dudes like him, they come in, they want to shrink the conversation down to an anecdote. And I know he knows what he's doing. He tries to shrink the conversation down to his own personal experience of, man, that girl like me in college. She from Sierra Leone. Well, how she gonna like me? And then they not like Black American and she like me. It's shit like, it's that kind of thinking. It's like, come on, bruh. Like, you know he's smarter than that. I ain't never heard that term. I grew up around a bunch of Nigerians, man. They must just like me. I don't know. We get along. Yeah, cool story, bro. Yeah. And this is why delineation matters. This is why we're doing this. This is why foundational Black Americans are saying we need some type of clarity here. We need boundaries. We need some political self-interest. We need to just focus on ourselves because clearly everybody else has got some kind of plan that they're working off of. I mean, look at what you're seeing. Listen to this dude. You know he's smarter than that. But this is what happens when your marketing strategy is Pan-Africanism. This is the shit you gotta do. This is why we see people like Umar spend a year or two hating on FBAs to now in 2026 using our talking points to make money on podcast runs. Is this type of shit. But wait, there's more.
ADOS and FBA people think Nigerians are the Black Targaryens. Or what were the actual Black Targaryens? They were the Valerians? That's who ADOS actually think Nigerians are. Real talk, they talk about Nigerians like they're supervillains. This shit is hilarious. They talk about being called Akata as if African booty scratch wasn't a comeback.
A booty scratcher? Nigga, this is what we mean. This is why I say this is a lame ass nigga. A booty scratcher is some shit you get called in elementary school. Niggas don't even call you that in middle school. Like, you have to be in grade school to be called an African booty scratcher. That's their justification. Boys in the Hood, the movie where the kid called somebody an African booty scratcher, is why they doing what they doing. They mad. They got all this hostile energy for Black Americans because a movie came out in the 90s called Boys in the Hood, and one of the kids called the other kid an African booty scratcher. Adults don't call people African booty scratchers. Just like, what the fuck? That's some kid shit. But this is just another example. They hold on to all this hostility from some shit they saw in a Boys in the Hood 90s movie, and now they're taking their vengeance out on us. Revenge of the fucking nerds. Revenge of the tethers.
If you want to talk about that there is reason to critique some Black immigrants, especially in the media space.
Yes, there is.
On their anti-Blackness, you can do that.
Yeah, that's what
that is a real thing. There is a propensity.
Wait, ain't that what we doing? Ain't that what we doing right now? Well, if you want to make a critique, you could do that if you want. I mean, it is tripping. If you want to talk about that, you can do that. Yeah, nigga, that's what we doing. What? Now, there's some critique you can make. If you want to make it, you can make it. Now, yeah, that's what we doing, nigga. We're making the critique. Thank you. Thanks for your permission. The question is, if you know that, why haven't you made a think piece about it yet? Big think tank head ass nigga. Why you ain't make the piece yet? Where's your think piece? Where's your video essay? But wait, he goes even further, y'all. Just listen.
For behavior to come from Black immigrant populations. There's critiques to make about Black immigrant populations and specifically their relationship with the media and how they're amplified in media. There's definitely a conversation about that. There's a conversation to have about anti-Blackness from those populations because there is a propensity for anti-blackness. Because first off, anti-blackness, as I said in another video, everybody's got anti-blackness in them.
Nigga, come on, bruh. This what I'm talking about. Like, is it? So now this fool talking about we all anti-black. That's how he's explaining it. Like, since they're anti-black, that must mean we all anti-black, right? Like come on, bruh. And he's telling you right now, he's saying, yes, there is anti-blackness coming from these communities, and they are amplified in the media. He's telling you, he understands that. This fool can't even, that's the thing, these dudes just can't even be honest. Even when he's being honest, he still got a lie. How the hell it go from admitting that there is anti-blackness coming from these places, and then in the same sentence, you turn around talking about something, but ain't we all anti-black, man? We all feel like that about ourselves, right now? Like, no, nigga, we don't. See, that's the kind of shit they do. We're trying to hold these groups accountable, and he's making it to where we're all guilty, so nobody's accountable. It's like some universal human flaw within black people. We all just don't like each other. That's how he's trying to spin it. It's like, it ain't them, it's us. It's all of us. We all anti-black. Like, nigga, no, we not. This is the Pan-African nonsense that he's feeding the audience right now. This is the nonsense that goes on in these guys' heads. I mean, he's admitting the behavior exists. He's seeing what we're seeing. He's telling you that. But that's not really the problem. The problem for him is that we all anti-black, and we just got to admit it. We got to be honest with ourselves, man. We all anti-black, man. Like, what the fuck is wrong with this dude? Pan-Africanism only worked when everybody agreed to the rules of the road. Once these folks started becoming others and all these different subset of racial groups, well, then the agreement's over. Obviously, you guys think you're somebody else, and then we'll just be who we are. But now all of a sudden, that's a problem. We all anti-black now. It's like, what the hell? And you know he knows this. You know he knows better. But there's more.
Every single last one of us. Now, you're either actively negotiating and fighting against it internally, you're actively resisting anti-black tendencies, or you just actively are in the shit, or you act like you don't, but you do. That's just the reality of the situation. Nobody is immune to conditioning of the media and how we're meant to look and think of blackness, regardless if that blackness is American born or internationally born.
So yeah, some more of that bullshit. This is how he runs cover for tethers. By saying, well, they not really anti-black because we all anti-black. No one's immune to being anti-black now. This nigga, man. This dude's a straight up coon, bro. This dude's a straight punk. Straight up. So yeah, more of that.
And so what happens, I talked about this with Foreign Man years ago as well, is that when you are black but you're not from America, it's easy to just assume that black Americans are just out our fucking minds. My parents are Jamaican. They grew me and my siblings up with the whole black Americans are ghetto. They don't have a culture like us. Thankfully, me and most Americanized siblings have been able to change their mind. Yeah, because that's what's taught outside of America. America exports an image of black Americans to be this deranged, uncivilized, barbaric thing to incentivize the idea that we are deserving of our treatment and condition here. They have to present us like this to the world. The world will be looking at what they're doing to us like, how is this something y'all are doing? Why is this supposed to be cool? People fall in line with that. And it takes a generation to be here to realize, oh, wait, no. Foreign Man's talked about this before.
What? Is this nigga crazy? He wants us to burn generations off the clock so that immigrants can catch up and see the error of their ways for choosing to ride with white supremacy. Like, what the hell, bro? We do not have time like that. Like, he clearly sees the issue. He knows where it stems from, but somehow he still boils down to we all just anti-black, and that's the problem. Like, come on, bro. He literally just went into great detail on what the issue is. And I don't want to hear that shit about, oh, well, they told them we bad. Look at it. They showed them some movies and the rap music and stuff, and then they think we all crazy over here. Like, man, we don't want to hear that shit, bro. We get the same bad images and the bad talk about how Africans and Caribbeans are this and that. We got the same talk. But somehow we fighting white supremacy over here where we're at. Where they're from, they're not fighting it, they're fleeing. And now they're in America telling black Americans we ain't got no culture. And FD Signifier's solution to that is to, man, we all just got to understand that we all just anti-black. We just like them. Like, nigga, we are not. But there's more.
He was like, yo, when I came from the Bahamas to Iowa, of all places, I had a particular belief and disposition toward black Americans that something was wrong with y'all. And after spending a little bit of time in this space and how I was regarded, it started to make sense. But not everybody has that. The crux of how this diaspora wars, ADO shit started is a response to what is ultimately a white supremacist tactic to pit foreign-born black people against domestically born black Americans. That's where ADOS comes from. And they use internet troll tendencies to kind of drive that up. ADOS is very manosphere adjacent. What do the groupers call themselves? Operators? They have like people, their whole job is to just constantly churn memes and content. All black people will be as black as they possibly can when it's beneficial to them. And then as soon as they have an opportunity to distance themselves from that shit, they do. It's just easier for foreign-born black people. That is something that happens with some black immigrants.
Oh, really? Is that what Obama was doing when he was refusing to use his DOJ to go after race soldiers that were gunning down black men in the streets? No? Is that what he was doing when he was in the office for 2 terms and refused to do anything for black Americans? Showing us complete and utter contempt? Is that what he was doing? Is that what Congressman Byron Donalds was doing when he's preaching to his white audience how black Americans don't need reparations because his mama's Jamaican and she ain't gonna get it? Is that what he was doing? Is that what Joy Reid was doing when she was speaking to millions of people on her audience on MSNBC and calling FBA's Russian bots? Is that what she was doing? You see, this dude's sitting up here, he's going through chapter and verse talking about how he understands that ADOS and FBA are just a response to a white supremacist tactic of using foreign-born African immigrants and pitting them against black Americans here on U.S. soil. He knows that. He literally just explained that. And still, his solution is for black folks to come to the table and admit that we're just as anti-black as them. This is my point about Pan-Africanism. It's kind of like racism. It makes you stupid even if you are already smart. It's weird, man. And this nigga's weird too. He's super weird for this shit. This is weirdo work. But there's more.
But here's the key thing I want you to think about, and I'm about to play this to get to it. How is that even possible? And that's the thing that will always frustrate me about even the most good-natured, civilized, sensible ADOS figures, is that the question around their entire ethos never gets back to why is our condition in this country the way it is for there to be an incentive to side against us with our oppressors? And why is that never a part of the praxis and conversation with these types of individuals?
So wait, his issue isn't with them for coming to America and choosing to side with white supremacy. That's not his issue. His issue is with us. The problem is us. He's saying it's our fault for there to even be a lane for them to be coons in the first place. It's like, what? We can't employ illegals. We don't have the businesses. We can't pay illegals. So for him to say the problem is us not eliminating the environment where you can freely be a coon, that's our fault. This is what I mean, man. Like, these dudes, they'll say anything to not just say what the truth is. They'll say anything. I'm at the point, I'm just done watching this nigga at this point. It's obvious that this guy is one of those Pan-African weird anime coon niggas. Who knows? But this is what he's on. And he's an intelligent guy. I've seen his videos before. He's a really smart dude. So for him to sit here and be saying this right now, you know, it's a clear example that this is just more of the problem, more of the issue that we're facing. I just wanted to respond to a few things he said. He's clearly cooning or Pan-Africaning and whatever the fuck you want to call it. I mean, he gets into some more Tariq hate, but, you know, that gets old. That gets old real quick. You can only ride that train for so long. So, like I said, y'all, if y'all want to see more videos like this, man, y'all like and subscribe. Keep pushing me in the algorithm. I'll see y'all on the next one, man. It's your boy, Big Shiny.